What's up, everyone? The Yeezy Day fun continues into the end of the week. The FedEx truck has just delivered 3 of the 4 shoes that I was expecting to get. And the first one that I want to get into, and the one that I am most excited to unbox, I believe, is going to be this one. And I haven't actually checked the tracking numbers. I just say that because the box size is different. The other ones are 350s, and the odd man out is the 450 in utility black. So I'm assuming that that's what this one is. It's a little bit smaller of a box, which is what I would anticipate. And I'm excited to open this one the most, not because it is the most beautiful looking shoe, it really isn't, but it is the most interesting shoe. The shoe that is pushing design language. That is a small box, and I was correct. It is a Yeezy 450. There's the box. Clean, very clean box. Very minimalistic, not much going on, pretty dense. Let's get into the shoe. Wow, now that's pretty cool. Right up front, they let you know this is made in Germany. And that was actually something really interesting that I took note of when I purchased the shoe. I wasn't expecting that. These days, you see these shoes made in China and Vietnam, primarily for the cost savings and oftentimes at expense of quality. So to see that these are made in Germany tell you that the materials engineering that has gone into the shoe is probably significant and the quality is going to be there, as crazy as this shoe is. And my goodness, this shoe is crazy. It's honestly hard to see the value for money when you first pull these out of the box and you think, I just spent $230 for some plastic attached to the bottom of a sock. I'm surprised it actually holds its form a little better than I was expecting. I've seen a lot of people fold these in half. They're actually, while there is some give, which you need for walking, these hold their shape a lot better than I was expecting in hand. And really, there's not much to talk about. There's only 2, maybe 3 materials in play if you want to take it that far. There is a knit upper, a foam mid into a rubber sole bottom. The colors are all very similar. I would say that they're actually the same throughout. It's just the material difference and the way that light reflects that kind of changes the shade. The bottom is maybe a touch lighter than the sides, maybe. But overall, it's a very minimalistic shoe. I would say it has almost futuristic techwear vibes. I mean, techwear kind of came and gone in terms of being mainstream popular, but this kind of feels like that aesthetic with a very simple but futuristic looking exoskeleton type cradle for your foot into just a really nice premium knit sock-like upper. One thing that's crazy about this to me is how they did these lace loops. You know, and I half wonder if the laces are purely for aesthetics as well, as I'm not sure that they would do much or are even necessary. I've never actually tried Yeezys on before. These are my first pair ever. The laces are very nice though, very premium, thick, quality material. And it's really funny because when you look at photos of these shoes straight from Adidas, they're beautiful in terms of how they took the picture. I don't know that you can get this material to cooperate in the same way to get those nice photos. I mean, they showed, for example, the globe that is on the insole, which I think means that this is a green shoe. But good luck with me showing that to you with the way that this sock just wants to kind of close up. I think the only way to do that would be to, almost there, just completely pull the insole out, and you can see we have got the globe. I think they said 50% of the upper is made from recyclable materials, and you can see the insole is actually quite nice with different types of foam in different areas for support for your foot. But the moment of truth, trying these on. I am a size 11.5 normally. I can get away with an 11 in certain shoes. Specifically a Jordan 1 high, I can get away with an 11 in a pinch. These are an 11.5 or a 46. Now that's interesting because I'm normally a 45 European, and so I maybe have some hope that these are going to work. I do tend to like my shoes snug. I just don't like my toes getting folded back on me. So let's see what we've got here. Oh man, these are tight. So it's very interesting, and I'll get a closer shot of this, different angle, but I see why people say to size up. You have a lot of material hanging over the end of your toe. I've got at least a full centimeter, maybe a centimeter and a half, but I can see where the top of my big toe sticks out of the shoe, and if I sized up, I would just have like an extra inch hanging off the front, which I don't know if that means I'm gonna be stubbing my toes on stuff, but the rest of the shoe fits very, very snugly. And it might be nice just to have a little bit of extra clearance over the top of the toe. All right, so you know what? I have tried these out on feet, and I've got some thoughts. One, like I said, I am an 11.5, but I can get away with an 11. I think that 11.5 sizing, they say go half a size up. I generally think that that is absolutely great advice. I don't think I personally would have liked going a full size up with these on feet. The 11.5 is pretty comfortable for me. These shoes on feet are actually great. I think that's probably where they're winning a lot of people over. I haven't worn them for an extended period of time, but I will say they are incredibly comfortable, incredibly supportive. I didn't know how this wavy texture on the sole was gonna feel, but it kind of gives you a little bounce to your step. I like that the rear has this kind of extra sole that rounds the corner, because for a lot of my shoes, I drive a lot and I drag the heel on the carpet. And so to have this little extra bit of rounded sole, I think will actually sit just really nicely in the kind of heel-toe position when you're driving a car. These might make great driving shoes, although I don't know if the waviness in the sole is gonna mess with my ability to control the gas pedal. So I might try that out before I take these to a racetrack. Closing thoughts, one thing I noticed with these in the sunlight, and these do match other iterations of this shoe in terms of shade differentials. There is a slight shade difference in the back of the shoe between this area here and this area here into that there. And you can see it, although it's not as pronounced as on the darker version of this shoe that was released before. I forget what the name of that one was. Overall, I'm still torn. It looks better in hand than I kind of thought it would. It feels very solid. It's still very minimalistic. And I just don't know. I think that one thing that I like about my shoes, and you can see with the sneaker display, there's both the comfort element and the aesthetic element, and I like shoes that look good sitting still. I think, as an example, this Magnus Walker shoe looks good sitting still. This shoe doesn't have the structure at the top to look that good sitting still. The sock-like top, the way it just kind of folds in on itself, especially if you do that, I mean, that's just not a good-looking shoe. It looks much better on feet where your foot gives it that structure, but I have a feeling for my foray into Yeezys that it's better to get started where everyone else has already tread before, and that is with the 350. So I've got a 350 in the Hyperspace colorway that I am going to get into next, and I think for the time being, these are going to sit off to the side, and I will probably run the Hyperspace for a bit, see how I like those, and then maybe circle back to these and give these a shot. But I'm curious. I got a lot of engagement on the Yeezy Day video, and it brings a new element of joy to making these, so don't be shy. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you think of these. If you have these, if you tried them out, let me know how you like them with respect to how they wear and the comfort on foot. I really appreciate it. That's all I've got. Stay tuned for the other unboxings, and I will see you at the next one.